Hey guys, Texans Girl here along with William Harvey, and we're here to talk about the Houston Texans game today against Tennessee Titans. All I can say is, once again, our defense. What a freaking joke our defense was. Come on, guys. Over 40 points to the Tennessee Titans. Give me a break. Give me a freaking break. They can't stop the run. Our secondary is a disgrace. You have 18 seconds. You have 18 seconds to stop Ryan Tannehill. 18 seconds. That's it. You can't do it. And Tennessee went down there. They scored the winning field goal. Come on, man. Only the Texans. I mean, come on. We just need an overhaul, and it makes me sick to see that defense play like that. Pathetic secondary. We have no run defense whatsoever. Derrick Henry rushed for over 250 yards, which is absolutely no surprise whatsoever. Derrick Henry's a beast, for one. I mean, if he played the Texans every week, he'd rush for 4,000 yards easily. Come on. Stupid Texans. It just makes me sick. Everybody needs to go. If it were me, if I were Cal McNair, I'd be in that locker room after the game, and I'd be telling the defense, I'd say, JJ, step aside. Every single one of you are fired. Get out of here. You're fired. Defensive coordinator, you're fired. Romeo Crennel, you're going to retire. I like Romeo as a person, but he needs to retire. He's a defensive-minded coach, and look at that defense. Pathetic. He's not the answer. He needs to go. We just need a complete overhaul in that absolute mess that we call a football team. Deshaun Watson, all I can say is, I mean, that guy did everything he could to lead us. He was a leading passer in the NFL this year, over 5,200 yards. His completion percentage was a little over 70%. He had, 36 touchdowns. He played well. You know, if you have a quarterback like Deshaun Watson, you always have a chance to win. But our defense freaking blows it. We've got several things we need to fix. The number one thing that we fix is our defense. If we can fix our defense, we'd be winning football games. That's all I can say. I don't know. I love J.J. Watt. I'd love to keep J.J. I don't know if we go restructure his contract. I don't know what the answer is, but we've got to revamp our defense. So, going forward, Texans fans, let's be positive because we have Deshaun Watson. And we are going to hire a new coach and a new GM, and let's hope. I'm hoping we get them on board quickly, and we start thinking, we start revamping, we start figuring out what we're going to do, because we pick in the third round of the draft. And congratulations to the Miami Dolphins. You have the number 3 pick in the draft. Thank you, freaking Bill O'Brien. And I'm just going to put this on to me, I think the NFL needs a Supreme Court. I think they need a freaking court that, for example, when the the D-Hop trade went down, the Supreme Court looked at that and they were like, that's an illegal trade. That's not happening. We're not going to allow that to happen. That trade shouldn't have been allowed. Bill O'Brien, oh my God, you screwed us. You are pathetic. And the fact that you shouldn't be coaching ever again in the NFL. You should be banned. Easterby, get out of here, because you had you had a hand in that trade, and you need to go away. I don't even know why you're still on staff. But Cal McNair, get rid of that guy. Get rid of him. Let's get a new GM and a new head coach in there. Let's make sure they're offensive-minded. We build our team around our quarterback. We do something about our run game. If it were up to me, I'd keep Brandon Cooks. I like Brandon Cooks. I think he's great. I just hope he gets the injuries together. But he had one hell of a game today. I think him and Deshaun have really good chemistry together. I think Will Fuller and Deshaun have good chemistry together. I'd sit down with my quarterback and I'd say, hey, what are your thoughts? If Deshaun Watson told me, let's keep Will Fuller and let's keep Brandon Cooks, you do it. You find a way to do it. Our offense is not necessarily the problem. We need a run game, obviously. We need a running back. David Johnson had a good last 2 games, but I don't think he's the answer. And the commentators were like, well, if they could just figure out a way to fit him in, stop. Some of these people commenting on these games, they're pathetic. He isn't going to fit in. I'm sure he's a good guy. I'm sure David Johnson's a good guy, but he just isn't going to fit in. He just isn't. We've got to figure out a way to get a run game going, and we build it around Deshaun. Okay, we build our offense around Deshaun. Our offense really isn't the problem. It's the defense. You know it. Our secondary is a joke. Our run defense is a joke. You had 18 seconds to stop the Titans, and you couldn't frickin' do it. That's a joke. The secondary was pathetic. You should fired, done, you're fired. Get out of here. Defensive coordinator, you're fired. Easterby, you're fired. Romeo Cornell, I'm going to allow you to retire. You need to retire. And let's just rebuild. So I'm going to be positive. We're turning the page. We're moving forward. And I'm going to be positive that we're going to get a good GM and coach that's going to rebuild this team around our great quarterback, because we have Deshaun Watson, and that's all that needs to be said. We have Deshaun Watson. He's an elite quarterback. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And as long as you have Deshaun, we can win football games. But we've got to make a lot of changes and revamp, specifically that defense. Oh, my God. We've got to get something going. Anyway, other games we watched, how phenomenal was that the Cowboys lost? Thank you, New York Giants. Cheers to you for that. That was a beautiful game. We watched that predominantly, the first game. Turned it on Tampa Bay and watched that game. But the Ravens handily beat the Bengals. Big surprise to slide into the playoffs. The late games, obviously, I paid more attention to the Texans game because that was our last game of the season. We watched a little bit of the Packers-Bears game, and then Arizona did not watch, but the Rams beat them and took them out of contention, and the Rams are going to the playoffs, not Arizona. The playoff picture, it's going to be an interesting playoff. I think it's going to be exciting because next Saturday, the games are, let's see, the Colts-Buffalo. I'm going with Buffalo. I think Buffalo's the hottest team in the AFC right now. Buffalo is kicking ass and taking names. Josh Allen, the defense, Stephon Diggs, they have it going on, and they, to me, are the team to beat in the AFC. You've got the Rams in Seattle. I think Seattle's going to take that. Then the late game, you've got Tampa Bay at Washington, and I think Tampa Bay's going to beat Washington. I like Washington. I think they've got a really good story. I know their record's not that great, but I really like their defense. I love Chase Young. He's the defensive rookie of the year, in my opinion. And Alex Smith, he's the comeback player of the year. I don't know if you guys have watched that 30 for 30, but you guys need to watch that on Alex Smith and that injury he had, because it was graphic. You could see half of his freaking calf was gone. The fact that that guy's back playing football is miraculous and amazing. And I'm really rooting for Washington just because of that. And I like Ron Rivera, and but I really think Tampa Bay's going to end up winning that game, because I think that Tom Brady has a plethora of weapons, and they've got a pretty good defense. So I think Tampa Bay's going to win that game. Now on Sunday, to me, the best game of the entire wild card weekend is the Ravens-Tennessee. I don't even know who to play. I don't know who to pick in that game. Don't know. Because Tennessee, to me, last year, I was like, no doubt the Ravens are going to win. Tennessee, they came and they kicked their butt. They stopped them. So it's going to be an interesting game. I'm going to give the edge to the Ravens, just the edge. We'll see what Derrick Henry does, because Derrick Henry could dismantle anybody. I'm just giving the edge to the Ravens because I think the Ravens have a better defense. But that's going to be one hell of a game on Sunday. The Bears-Saints game, I think the Saints are going to win that game. And I love Drew Brees, and, you know, the rumors are that this is his last year. So I'd like to see Drew go out well. And then the late game are the Browns-Steelers, and I think the Steelers are going to take that game. The Browns tried to lose today against the Steelers, second team, but, I mean, T.J. Watt wasn't playing, Roethlisberger wasn't playing. I mean, there were a lot of factors there. So I think the Steelers are going to end up winning that game against the Browns. So I think it's going to be a great weekend. And you never know. I know Kansas City's the team to beat in the AFC, but right now, to me, the hottest team in football is the Buffalo Bills. It pains me to say that, but Buffalo Bills are the hottest team right now. And that's my opinion. Green Bay looked really good today. Aaron Rodgers, I mean, when you look at MVP, people are going to say it's between Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to have my picks of who I think should win MVP and Defensive Player of the Year and Comeback Player of the Year is no doubt in my mind Alex Smith. But it's going to be very interesting. Defensive Player of the Year in my mind is T.J. Watt. So I've got a lot of... I'm very excited about the playoffs. And I'll be back at you next week recapping them. And to me, the keys to the Texans is very simple. Very simple. You build your team around Deshaun Watson. You freaking get your defense together. That's the two main things you do. You get your defense on point. You get your run game going. And that secondary, oh my God. That secondary, pathetic. Anyway, guys, I hope everybody had a great Christmas. I hope everybody had a great New Year. Really hope everybody has a great week. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful evening in Houston, Texas. And we will see you next week with Wild Card Playoff Recap. Everybody have a great week. Peace out.